it is okay to lose. You know, it is okay to lose because you can't win all the time, right?
Sure.
I mean, it is okay to lose, but it is also important that you learn from your mistakes and bounce back stronger. I've seen my friends, having that, these kinds of anxiety and depression, and I think it is okay. I mean, anybody could have that. I mean, few people could speak about it, few people might not speak about it. Yeah, Simon Biles and Osaka also spoke about it, and you never know what's going through their mind because every individual, I mean, the pressures, the responsibilities are so much more, and I think it's important to, it's fine to talk about it, and if you want a break, you take a break, but it's important that yes, you make sure you're fine and then you come back. Well, preparation wise, it is going on. Before that we have a lot of tournaments, before that we have the Olympic qualifications, so definitely hoping for the best. I hope I do well and give my best.
Hello and welcome to News 18. Today we have with us two-time Olympic winner PV Sindhu. Hi PV.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
PV, I'd like to start off with asking you, how's the injury? How are you recovering from the injury?
Yeah, it's getting better, and of course it's gonna take some time because you need to come back to your normal. You need to strengthen it and make sure you are completely fit and at the top, because at this level you need to be at the top to compete with other players. And soonly I'm gonna get back.
Yeah. When do your fans?
Maybe December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us this. You won the Commonwealth gold. How important is that milestone in your career? Because it's the first gold of your career as well.
Yeah, I think it's important. A medal is a medal, and when you're playing for the country, I think it means a lot. At the same time, it's very important that you give your best and you make sure that you would want to go there to win. So yeah, it was the same with me, and since I was having bronze and silver already, it was like I wanted to get a gold and make a sequence out of it.
Yeah.
So finally I've done it, but I think of course when you're getting a medal for the country, definitely it means a lot. So
yeah, you missed the national games, you missed the Canadian Open. Do you take it as a setback, or how do you look at it?
Yeah, I think when you have an injury, I mean, it's sad that I had an injury and I couldn't play the World Championships and few tournaments, Japan Open and other few. But I think it's also important that you take care of yourself and make sure you're completely fit. Because if you have some niggle, and if you play with it, that would even get worse, and it would have postponed your injury for a longer period of time, and you would have gone into this for a longer period of time. Rather, when you feel something is wrong, I think it's better to take rest and come back stronger and make sure that you play again and you make yourself fit. I think that is very important, rather than thinking for yourself that you want to play everything and you want to win everything. But there are days where when you can't do it, then you make sure that you have to take care of your body, because body is something where in sport it is very important and you have to take care of it.
Right. So, right. We always speak about the physical fitness, but mental health is also something which is very important. In the recent years, we have seen athletes like probably Naomi Osaka or Simona Biles. They all have kind of taken a break from their respective sport because of the mental health.
Yeah.
Have you ever reached a saturation where you thought of taking a break because of the mental health? And
luckily, I mean, I have not so far, but I think I've seen my friends, having that, these kinds of anxiety and depression, and I think it is okay. I mean, anybody could have that. I mean, few people could speak about it, few people might not speak about it. Yeah, Simon Biles and Osaka also spoke about it, and you never know what's going through their mind because every individual, I mean, the pressures, the responsibilities are so much more, and I think it's important to, it's fine to talk about it, and if you want a break, you take a break, but it's important that yes, you make sure you're fine and then you come back. So I think that is very important, where I mean, campaigns like this, where I've been one of the panelists here today speaking about about the Maybelline New York doing this campaign, Brave Together. I think we need to be brave together and make sure and tell people that it is fine to have these kinds of things, because when people talk about health, it's not just about physical, it is also about mental, and I mean, it is okay. Now people are actually coming out and speaking about it, and even even in the national teams and the coaches and the physiotherapists are saying that yes, this is something where we need to make sure and emphasize that yes, athletes need to talk about it, and they have to come out telling that yes, this is what it is. And of course, there is a great demand to psychiatrists and psychologists nowadays, and like everybody want a psychologist or a person where people understand them and make sure, because in game there are days where you might do well, but still something might be lacking. At that point of time, I think these kinds of people should always be surrounded and make sure everything is fine and everything is going on well, because all of a sudden you just switch, right? You just switch off, but you have to also make sure that you give time for yourself, that you need to understand and know what's going on in yours.
Recently I spoke to the Paralympic badminton player Pramod Bhagat, and he said that badminton is one of the sport which is like a individual game. On the court you are there on your own. How do you kind of motivate when when the cards are down, and what goes on in your mind? I mean,
well, for me, I think you have to make sure that, because you work really hard for so long and so many years of hard work, and when you're on court there might be days where you go blank and you don't know what to do, but to keep that motivation on, you have to only think that yes, you do what you have to do, because you've trained so hard, and you should not think about the future, rather than you just think about what is next. And you have to pump up in a way that keeps you motivated. And of course your coach is there are people supporting you, but I think you yourself have to have that confidence that yes, I can do it. And I'm sure, even though you don't feel right, even though you feel there's something wrong, if it's not your day, but still there's nothing wrong in trying out new stuff. You give it a try. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And again, it is okay to lose. It is okay to lose, because you can't win all the time, right? I mean, it is okay to lose, but it is also important that you learn from your mistakes and bounce back stronger.
Right. Talking about coaches, you have had various coaches, and you work with them a lot of time. What are the things that you're picking up from your current coach, Park Ji-sang, and what are the techniques and something that you can share about?
Yeah, I mean, of course, a coach and an athlete relationship should be in such a way that you need to understand each other and make sure that as a coach he needs to know what's going on in players' mind on court and off court, because he's sitting behind, and I'm sure he's also going through a lot of pressure, but keeping that aside, looking at the player, knowing what she had to do and telling what she has to do, I think it's a really tough task. But I think at the same time, as a player, you need to understand what the coach is trying to tell you, and you have to accordingly act. Like, you need to know and you need to discuss. I think that relationship, I think that bond is very important between a coach and athlete.
Right. One question that is lingering on a lot of people's mind is the fact that why hasn't India able to produce the next generation of female badminton athletes?
Well,
Is there something that we are lacking or something?
I think, it is going to take time. I mean, there are a lot of players and a lot of athletes, but again, it takes time. I mean, it's not so easy to come to a level and to maintain that level. Also, at the same time, I feel, yes, there's a lot of support from the government. We have the best infrastructures. There's a lot of support from the sports authorities and top schemes. But I think it's very important that as players, they need to know what needs to be done, and it needs to be done in the right way. I mean, as coaches, as parents, they have to do their job and make sure that they take their children in the right way, because they need to understand, and it needs to start from the grassroots level. It's not that you say something and it's just going to go that way, because some people might have to do different things and other people might have to do some other thing. So at the same time, it is important that you should understand and know, and you need to guide them in a right way.
Right. You have a bronze in Olympics, you have a silver in Olympics. We are less than 2 years away from the Paris Olympics. How's the preparation going? And
well, preparation wise, it is going on. Before that, we have a lot of tournaments. Before that, we have the Olympic qualifications. So definitely hoping for the best. I hope I do well and give my best.
Lastly, I'd like to ask, time and again you've been spoken about your biopic, and you always said that Deepika Padukone would be the right person to play. But you also mentioned that you haven't yet given the rights, you haven't shared the rights. Any particular reason for that?
Nothing. I mean, I'm still playing, I'm still achieving. I want to achieve a lot more. So maybe after that.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.